Welcome to Faro.
For many, including myself, Faro is usually just a landing point for other Algarve destinations. But if this often overlooked capital city of the Algarve has sparked your curiosity like it did mine, then keep watching.
Today, I've decided to spend the whole day in Old Town, just walking around, seeing some sights, doing a boat trip, and a little wine tasting. So let's go ahead and see what Old Town Faro has to offer.
My morning began with a little self-guided walking tour of the old walled town of Faro, starting on the east side at the São Francisco Defensive Wall, a section of Faro's ancient city walls believed to predate the Roman conquest. Entering through then one of its three gates, the Arco do Raposo, to wander the cobbled lanes with no particular agenda, passing courtyards and cafes, eventually leading to the expansive Largo de Sá, holding the statue of Bishop Francisco Gomes de Abelar, the Episcopal Palace and Seminary, and the 13th century Faro Cathedral and former mosque, built on the ruins of the ancient Roman temple, complete with a bell tower you can climb if you wish. Exiting through the North Arco da Vela, a monumental portal erected after the 1755 earthquake, you're greeted with the open and beautiful Jardim Manuel Bivar, now considered the city center, where cultural events and fairs take place in the summer. Keeping outside the Old Town Fortress walls, I walked along the waterfront to see other points of interest. The Algarve Life Sciences Center, which was closed that day, and Faro Island Ferry Dock, with regular service to Faro Beach. Mira do Rio Formosa, which provided lovely views of the Rio Formosa Natural Park, and Memorial dos Pescadores Farenses, commemorating the rescue of American airmen by fishermen from Faro during World War II. Then re-entering the walled town again to make my way to Praça Dom Afonso III with his statue present, to end my little walking tour and start the beginning of my next Faro must-do, visiting the Municipal Museum of Faro, not only to learn more about Faro, but also see the building itself, the 16th century former convent of Our Lady of Assumption, that boasts the most beautiful cloisters in the Algarve, worth the €2 entry fee alone. You'll also find everything from Roman artifacts, sculptures of emperors, to local paintings and medieval religious art. It's a quiet spot that gives you a more intimate perspective on the city with its many influences over the centuries. The walled town is small, but it's packed with well-preserved centuries-old monuments, historical sites, and charm. Don't miss walking it with a museum visit, even if it's only for a few hours. I definitely could have stayed longer, but I needed to head to the Faro Marina to meet up for my first group activity, a boat tour of the Rio Formosa Park and Faro Islands, a must-do for nature lovers. In a small group of 11, we set off in a comfortable boat, cruising leisurely through the stunning Rio Formosa National Park of protected lagoon and canals, while our experienced guide explained about its ecosystem, animal, and marine life. The tour then allowed for stops at two of the islands off Faro that each allowed for some free time. The first being Tesoura Island, known for its pristine beaches and peaceful atmosphere, where you could look for unique flora, lounge on the beach, or just have lunch. We're here for about 50 minutes, and it's lunchtime. So I'm going to get the calorinhas, which are the mackerel fillets with olive oil and lemon, and a small glass of white wine, and enjoy myself for a moment before I take a walk around the island. After a brief stroll, we were then off to Faro Island, known for the Santa Maria Lighthouse. Here we are at our second stop, the Ilha de Faro. It is an island that is inhabited a part-time of the year, not full-time. And it's very quiet, lovely. There's a little cafe and bar over here and beach over here. And on Wednesdays, you can go up into the lighthouse if you want to. I chose to just explore the quiet village on the island on this short stop. After leisure time, we were boarding the boat and then heading back to Faro. With an expert guide sharing fascinating insights along the way, I definitely recommend this 3.5-hour boat trip for a nice blend of education and pure coastal beauty unique to Faro. Back at the marina, I had about an hour or so to make my way to my next must-do in Faro. So I chose to take the scenic route through Faro's cobblestone pedestrian streets, enjoying its seemingly endless, intricate artistic patterns while passing the multiple shops and cafes. Before arriving at the early 18th century Igreja de Nossa Senhora do Monte do Carmo, or Carmo Church. Inside, you're immediately struck by its elegant Baroque facade of richly Brazilian gold leaf that covers much of the interior. But the real standout is the eerie yet fascinating bone chapel, built in 1816, from the bones of over 1,000 Carmelite monks that were exhumed from overcrowded cemeteries, amazingly unscathed by the 1755 earthquake that destroyed much of the Algarve. For €2, it's a not-to-miss unique and unforgettable glimpse into Faro's past. I ended my brief tour of the church at 4 p.m. to conveniently meet my guide outside of Carmo Church for the final highlight of the day that was only a short walk away.
All right, so here we are at the guest house where we're going to do some wine tasting. We're going to taste 6 wines from Portugal and have a little bit of nibbles while we're at it. So let's go on and go inside.
Our small group was escorted inside into a charming and private setting where the instruction of local culture and cuisine quickly commenced. The generous wine expert spared no expense to offer pourings paired with delicious eats and insights so we could fully appreciate each glass of carefully selected wine from a different Portugal wine production region. It was indulgent, to say the least. This educational and gastronomical sampling in a unique setting was the ideal and relaxing way to end an eventful day in Faro, full of history, nature, and culture. If you have time between flights or are staying in the Algarve longer, there's no need to rush out of Faro afterwards. Linger a little while and enjoy dinner at one of the many charming outdoor cafes and restaurants throughout the city. And if you are staying and exploring more in the Algarve, did you know the Algarve is one of Portugal's regions most affected by drought? So while you're here, show Algarve some love by saving water and using only what you need, by turning off taps while brushing your teeth or washing dishes, taking shorter showers, reusing your hotel towels, and only run full loads of laundry or dishes. Water is life, and together we can help protect Algarve's future. And thanks for doing your part. I hope this glimpse into my day in Faro has inspired you to explore the city for yourself. I recommend more time in Faro. I know I'll be going back. But now you've got 5 great things to try that showcase Faro's unique charm, history, and flavors, even if you only just have one day in Faro. Don't forget to use the links in the video description to book this day's group activities in Faro, and try more of the popular Faro and Algarve activities listed below to up your Portugal experience. As well as subscribe to CORR Travel and watch these next videos for more travel itineraries, guides, and tips to help you plan your travel in Portugal and beyond. Obrigada!